Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. I'm your host, Pete Pardo. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new remix, reissue of the Rolling Stones classic, Goat's Head Soup. I know a bunch of you had asked for this. Wasn't sure if I was going to be picking it up or not, and I decided, yeah, why not, once I took a look at what the double disc set had included, which is a brand new remix of the original Goat's Head Soup album by Giles Martin, all right, as well as 3 previously unreleased songs, as well as a couple instrumental versions, instrumental takes of a couple tracks, as well as some original 1973 Glyn Johns mixes from the original sessions. So pretty cool. There's also, I think you can get like a triple disc set or a triple LP set, whatever it is, that has the Brussels Affair live concert from that particular tour. I actually already have a old CD of that I picked up somewhere along the line. So I was like, you know what, I'll just get this double disc set and I'll be happy with that. So here we have not the greatest cover in the world, obviously. It's whatever, different, I guess. Absolutely, there's probably what they wanted as the original album cover art, but that's pretty garish and ghastly. I'm not sure how they would get away with that. There you have that. Let's take a look at the booklet here. All right, what's interesting about this, not a lot of info in the booklet. I think this is a big misfire. This should have been packed with information about the sessions, about the album, and instead, we got some black and white photos of the band in the studio. I mean, great photos, yes. I will say, though, almost nothing of Mick Taylor. There's a color shot there, a couple color shots here. And as you'll notice, you don't see Mick Taylor at all here. And I'm not even sure if that's him or not. That might be him there. There's like one group shot. And there he is right there. Yeah. So you got Taylor's there. He's not even looking at the camera. And then you got Mick, again, not even looking at the camera. So, that's kind of lame. And then on the very last page, you have, all the track information and, who played what and so on and so forth in microscopic lettering. So, not the coolest booklet in the world, if you ask me. I think for something as historic as this, should have been given a little more attention to the booklet, I think, a little more information. But anyway, on to the music, right? So, I always dug Goat's Head Soup. This was their follow-up to Exile on Main Street, a completely different album. And probably it was a good thing that it was a different album. The Stones kind of, if you look through the Mick Taylor years especially, each album is pretty different from each other, although very, very musical. And that's the one thing I want to kind of hit on this album, and especially the Mick Taylor years. It's like the Stones, if you look at their early period, a lot of kind of blues and R&B, a little bit of psychedelia. Then we move into the Mick Jones years. Mick Taylor years. Sorry, Mick Jones. Did I say Mick Jones? The Mick Taylor years. You got, Nicky Hopkins and Ian Stewart on keyboards, piano, Billy Preston also on keyboards. You got, Mick Taylor's lovely Gibson Les Paul electric guitar stylings. And I just think the band just sounds really, really musical here. You got little bits of funk and pop and hard rock and just great stuff. You got, Dancing with Mr. D kicks it all off. Terrific, terrific song. I love the new mix here. It sounds really good, really big and bright. You can hear all the instruments. It just makes this very musical album even sound brighter. You got 100 Years Ago, another terrific song. Both of those great, great tracks to open up the album. You got Coming Down Again. You got the real funky do-do-do-do-do, Heartbreaker. Love the clavinet in that song. The wah-wah guitars, just fantastic stuff. You got Angie. Angie is absolutely terrific. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous song. One of the band's, best kind of ballads. And you got Silver Train. You got some bluesy stuff on here. Hide Your Love. Hide Your Love's terrific, very memorable. And then Winter. Cold, cold winter. I think one of the unsung gems on this album. It's just this kind of like majestic, kind of folky, just superb song great Jagger lyrics and vocals. You got the strings work out well, and then you got this amazing guitar solo from Mick Taylor. It's just so lyrical, so melodic. It's fantastic. Then you got the kind of like psychedelic Can You Hear the Music, which almost kind of sounds out of place in 1973, but an interesting track here. And then Star Star, the kind of raucous boogie, old style rock and roll track, Star Fucker at the end, man. It's this great catchy song. So, you got the original album, sounds fantastic here. I think it's, the album I think for me succeeds because it's got lots of variety on it. Is it the absolute classic that Exile was? No, but it's great on its own for different reasons, I always thought. And then you have on the bonus disc, the second disc on here, you got all sorts of fun stuff. So you've got 3 previously unreleased tracks. You got Scarlet, okay, All the Rage, and Crisscross. All 3 good, kind of raunchy, raucous rockers, right? Which maybe they fit, maybe they don't fit on this album. Doesn't really matter. I think they're fun songs. Scarlet features Jimmy Page, throwing down some guitar licks alongside the rest of the guys. It's actually kind of an interesting ensemble on that particular track. Let me just pull out the... so it's not like the full Rolling Stones band. It's basically Mick. It's it's Mick, Jagger, Keith Richards, Jimmy Page, Rick Gretsch on bass, of course, from Traffic, Blind Faith, etc. Ian Stewart on piano, organ, and that's the band right there. Also, Bruce Rowlands on drums. So, not the full Stones band. It's kind of like a weird little jam there, but pretty cool song. Then you got on All the Rage, which is a good gritty rocker, good bluesy rocker. That's got the actual Stones lineup from this album, as well as Crisscross. Crisscross is also pretty decent. So, yeah, I mean, if for nothing else, pick this up for the 3 bonus tracks, 3 rarities. I think that's well worth it, right? Then you got 100 Years Ago, a little piano demo. So it's basically just Mick and Nicky. Okay, Nicky Hopkins. Pretty kind of cool and tender to hear that, just the vocals and piano. Then you got Dancing with Mr. D, instrumental, and Heartbreaker, instrumental. It's okay. It's a cursory listen type of thing, without Jagger. Then you got How Do You Hide Your Love, alternate mix, which is, doesn't sound that much different, but not too bad. Then you got the Glyn Johns 73 mixes. You've got Dancing with Mr. D, Do, Heartbreaker, Silver Train, Scarlet, and a couple Scarlets actually there. So, actually, no, that's on the, if you get the different version, I think that's the LP version, but on mine, it ends with Silver Train. Okay, so if you get a different version, you get 2 different mixes of Scarlet. Okay, but Silver Train, so Dancing with Mr. D, Do, Heartbreaker, and Silver Train are the ones that you get on this version that I have here. So like I said, if you get the even more souped up version, you got Brussels Affair from 73, which is a concert from the Forest National Bank in Brussels, October 17th, 1973. There was 2 shows played that day, so the Brussels Affair takes kind of the best of all of them. You get Brown Sugar, Gimme Shelter, Happy, Tumbling Dice, Star, Dancing with Mr. D, Do, Heartbreaker, Angie, You Can't Always Get What You Want, Midnight Rambler, Honky Tonk Woman, all down the line, Rip This Joint, Jumpin' Jack Flash, and Street Fightin' Man. It's a really good set. Like I said, I've heard it. It's quite good. 71, 72, 73, 74, it's kind of the Stones. For me, that's the best Stones right there. So, so otherwise, a pretty cool reissue. It's funny, I bought these both together because I never got this one, but I just got the remix reissue of Sticky Fingers as well, which is also pretty cool. So, check it out. I think, I don't know, for me, when this first came out, this got a lot of criticism. I've always liked this album. And I think it's kind of cool to hear it in this new mix. Like I said, it sounds fantastic. It's big and bright and powerful and punchy. And the bonus stuff is pretty cool, especially the 3 previously unreleased tracks. So check it out. This is on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Coming up, what do we got? Let's see. Rich Catino coming on the show tonight. We are going to each we're going to rank our 10 favorite Saxon albums. That's happening tonight. Rich is coming back on the show on Sunday. We're going to rank the studio albums of Extreme. Tomorrow morning, we got Martin Popoff back on the show, where we take a look at a couple of bands each who we feel have had some pretty great album covers, right? So another album cover show. And then, more stuff happening. I have another, one Album Wonders show probably coming up later today, so stay tuned for that as well. And all sorts of things happening. We've got let's see, we've got over the next couple of weeks, what's happening over the next couple of weeks? We've got Stephen Reed coming back on the show for a bunch of episodes. So Stephen and I will be ranking the studio albums of Haken, UK progressive metal act, as well as UK prog rock veterans IQ, okay, as well as the sensational Alex Harvey Band, all right, as well as, I'm forgetting one more that we're working on together. Oh boy, I'm drawing a complete blank. Anyway, what else? Simon Bray's coming on the show over the next couple weeks too. We're going to rank the studio catalog of Southern rock veterans Point Blank. All right. We've got none other than the Mr. Guitar Hack himself. Walter will be guesting on Sea of Tranquility for the first time. We're going to give our favorite guitar solos of none other than Ace Frehley. That's also coming up over the next couple of weeks. All sorts of things happening here. My calendar is filling up big time. And of course, Monday night, stay tuned for another rant with the Hudson Valley Squares. That's happening this coming Monday night, so you don't want to miss any of this stuff. So stay tuned, everybody. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.